Hello everybody, Dokkan Assets here. Today we are back with another Dragon Ball figure news video. I apologize that this one is going up on a Monday instead of Sunday. I was celebrating Easter Sunday with the fam, so I did not have time to record this video, so I apologize about that. But, oh no, I don't know what's going on, bro. I'm getting all choked up. I'm getting all sad. It's alright, bro. The figure news is here. We get to take a look at it now. So let's take a look at what we've got for this week. Thank you guys for being patient. I appreciate it. With this week's figure news, there actually isn't going to be too much, funny enough, and I know that I say that quite frequently, and then it seems like, oh no, I'm really falling apart at the seams, bro. It seems like that every time I say that, we actually get a lot, but I think that this week there really isn't that much compared to how much we usually get. By the way, since it is late at night for me, and I'm hungry, bro, I'm going to be snacking on some apple slices, so you're going to hear a little bit of this in the video. You're just going to have to deal with it. Your boy is trying to get them big eats, but also make that content, so let's get on with it here. Starting us off for this week on dbzfigures.com, we have the Dragon Ball weekly news for this week. This is actually something, I don't know if we saw this in the last figure news video, or if I was remembering seeing this on the TL, and then I would talk about it this week. But regardless, we have a little summary of the weekly news, mostly cards, manga, stuff like that. But something interesting in terms of items is these very interesting acrylic stands. So as you can see here, we have the Dragon Ball Z logo. As well, we have the Dragon Ball Z logo in front of the raised, or the Saiyan raised on Earth, excuse me, Son Goku SH Figuarts figure. Makes a nice little display for the one solo figure even. And this is also a very interesting, like, thing to make, I guess. Dragon Ball Kai, which I don't know, like, I'm not opposed. Funny enough, technically my original viewing of Dragon Ball Z was through Dragon Ball Kai, which of course I've gone back and watched through what I watched when I was a kid, but it's so interesting to me that they would choose this out of all things to market. I guess it's purely nostalgia, but like, I think even anybody who watched Dragon Ball Kai as their first experience to the series would much prefer Dragon Ball Z, because obviously that's like actually what the show is. So I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think about that one. Which one of these you would prefer to buy. I mean, I think the Dragon Ball Z logo is just more iconic, and not to mention, I think it just looks better. I mean, obviously the Dragon Ball Kai logo isn't bad for what it is, but I don't know, I much prefer the Dragon Ball Z logo if anything. And then we have our boy Captain Ginyu posing with the Dragon Ball Kai one. Why Ginyu? I don't know, but I guess he was in Dragon Ball Kai because, you know, they did the Frieza saga, so I don't know. Each display is so hold on, let me get my math right. I was about to say 1,100, but that is definitely not the case. 1,320 yen, aka 1,320 yen, with a May release date. Not sure why Super didn't get one, or GT, but maybe later. So a couple of interesting things. One, I don't know if, like, that's around $13.20. An easy conversion for yen is literally just to put a decimal place right here, or like 2 forward, right? So if this was 320 yen, then it would be like $3, right? Very interesting. Honestly, I expected these to cost more before I saw the price point, because companies love to just overprice this type of thing, especially when it's something simple like this, because I guess they know that they can get away with it. But $13 for one of these bad boys honestly isn't the worst. I mean, some of those acrylic stands can be kind of expensive, and I know that that's a pretty popular thing in Japan. But yeah, I don't know. Very, very interesting product here. I will probably pick up the Dragon Ball Z one just because it makes a nice display piece, but the author of this week's particular one does make an interesting note that it's interesting that they didn't do Super or GT. GT is a little bit more understandable, even though actually I might even be willing to buy a GT one just because I have so many Super Saiyan 4 figures that I feel like it would make a nice display in front of my Gogeta, my Golden Ozaru. But maybe we will get those in the future. I'm more surprised about the Dragon Ball Super logo not being present, considering that literally everything when it comes to Dragon Ball merchandising nowadays, even things that literally happened in Dragon Ball Z or in Dragon Ball, and it's like it literally couldn't have happened in Super because it's just that's not the case. It still has the Super logo on it, so very interesting that they didn't actually make a Dragon Ball Super one here. We're not going to watch this week because obviously it was summarized, not really too much in terms of figures, and we will see the rest. Now this actually is something that I did not see until I opened up the page tonight, or at least this section of things here. This is very interesting. So Dragon Ball Adverge Motion Wave 5. The new wave of Dragon Ball Adverge Motion figures includes popular characters from the Saiyan saga, including Goku, Vegeta, Nappa, Raditz, and Greater Vegeta, Gohan, Yajirobe, and 2 Cybermen. There's also Ultra Instinct Goku, Super Saiyan Kefla. Not sure how the latter fits into the theme, but the Greater Vegeta looks nice. The first 6 figures are $46.99 with an August release date, and the latter 5 are $94.99. Both are available for pre-order on a Big Bad Toy Store. So here's what's interesting about these. Before we talk about the price, obviously this theming is super whack. Obviously all of this is from the Saiyan saga except for these two here. And it's so odd to me because like these two choices don't even make sense in context of each other, right? Because this Mastered Ultra Instinct Kamehameha pose, funny enough, is literally just the pose on the very first Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku figure that we ever got. I actually don't have that figure because, funny enough, I don't think it looks that good, but it's really recognizable and iconic in terms of Dragon Ball figures because it was the first MUI one and it was hyped up a lot. Funny enough, same pose on there. I think even the same leg pose, but Kefla being there is obviously really cool because, of course, we need more Kefla merch. I don't know why they haven't made a regular prize figure of Kefla yet, considering how long it's been since Super finished airing. We'll actually see a little bit of a tweet from that, or about that rather, from the boy Baggy a little bit later, but Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku and Super Saiyan Kefla, very, very weird. It also is kind of interesting because it's like a very light green, like I think that's supposed to be, you know, like green-haired Kefla, but it's a little bit too light for my taste. I would like it to be a little bit darker. As for the rest of the boys, they all look really good. We have a bunch of figures now with these iconic Goku and Vegeta poses, so I don't know if it's really necessary to get these. The one other thing I will say is that for a Dragon Ball Adverge Motion set, this set is actually kind of lacking, almost to whacking. I mean, I guess that's sort of true. If you're unfamiliar with Dragon Ball Adverge and Dragon Ball Adverge Motion, essentially Dragon Ball Adverge, funny enough, usually just looks like this. The character is just standing there. Most of the time, though, they do have their arms down at their sides or they're doing some kind of hand pose. I literally have a Dragon Ball Adverge figure of Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, and he's doing that, you know, that ta-da, the peace sign symbol, right, or the victory symbol. And that is not considered a Dragon Ball Adverge figure, but this is? I don't understand, bro. The Goku and the Vegeta, I guess I can understand a little bit more. Nappa even to an extent, but Raditz, they just did some kind of goofy pose to justify him being in the line. I do think he takes this pose, but this looks a little bit too happy for Mr. Raditz here. Goku's obviously in a Kamehameha pose, so I guess this does make sense for him. But Dragon Ball Adverge Motion, up until this point, has had a lot of good, really dynamic poses for minifigures, as opposed to the regular Dragon Ball Adverge, so it's kind of weird to see them in these little bit more static poses. The other interesting thing is obviously we have this little, like, I guess you would call it a side set. I don't think I've ever actually seen a wave have, like, I don't know, this doesn't even technically have, at least on Big Bad Toy Store here, this doesn't even technically have a number in the wave, which I think is really interesting. And like, how is, like, Gohan, that's motion, because that's when he's attacking Raditz, right? Yajirobe, obviously that's when he's cutting off Vegeta's tail, right? But Vegeta is not moving at all, and the Cybermen are not moving at all. How is this Dragon Ball Adverge Motion? I don't understand. Also, this price, absolutely ridiculous, if I do say so myself. Funny enough, this price I actually think is really good, which I know may sound kind of ludicrous to some people, but most of these times, sorry, I said I was gonna mix, or I did mix most of these guys, and most of the time most of the time these guys are like $10 a pop. So this is actually a fantastic deal To be honest here, I mean, maybe it's just because, you know, Big Bad Toy Store is getting it from Japan and we don't have to pay, you know, just, I guess, overpriced prices. But usually Dragon Ball Average figures go for $10, what I've seen. And I've even purchased some from $10, for $10 myself. So that's kind of odd. And it's so funny that this is kind of on the low end. And then we go over here and then we have this way, way, way too expensive. I would like to know how big the Vegeta actually is. 5.7 inches. Okay, well, that is pretty big for a Dragon Ball Average figure. But at the same time, I mean, if you were to even count each of these at $10, right, that's only 40. You're telling me this guy costs $30? There's no way, bro. This figure does look very good, and I would love to get a mini Yajirobe like slashing at Vegeta's tail and Gohan from this scene, but this price is not worth it. And honestly, I would be surprised if you can find it for cheaper, considering that that is the standard price. So I don't know, kind of weird, all things considered. Again, also just weird in general that, you know, this isn't technically part of any wave, even though it's coming out with wave 5 here. Very weird. Obviously, it's meant to pair with this set, but it's weird, too, that this is completely themed. I mean, obviously, this is all from the same fight. I guess, technically, this is, like, before Grade 8, but this still fits in with the Saiyan Saga theme, and then these two, I don't know. It's just weird. Maybe they think that, like, this stuff won't sell because, you know, this needs to be here, but that's so weird to me because, like, I'm more inclined to buy this. I'm only inclined to buy Kefla because we haven't had a freaking Kefla figure, you know, like, ever, basically. I'm only, you know, I'm more inclined to buy it because of the Saiyan Saga stuff, not because of MUI Goku. We've gotten plenty of merch on my man by now. I don't know. Very, very interesting. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I can't believe I talked for as long as I did about that. I didn't know I was so passionate about Dragon Ball Average Motion. Alright, this is also some very, very good news for you SH Figuarts fans. We have a little bit of an update. If you guys remember this whole ship, I'm sure this picture haunts some of your memories. If you ordered any of the figures below, way back last summer, you probably are aware that the ship carrying the figures had some issues, and a bunch of the shipping containers fell into the ocean. The ship then returned to Japan to be checked over, and it looks like the figures made it and are in good condition. Let's go. They are, I mean, I think this means to say on their way. They are now on their way is probably what this meant to say. They are on their way. I don't think that's true. They are now on their way to the United States and will arrive in Los Angeles mid-April. Then these figures will be checked over, being shipped out to pre-order buyers. Now there is a backup of ships trying to unload in Los Angeles and Long Beach due to the surge in online shipping, as well as the continued disruptions from so it may take a little bit longer for your figures to arrive, but hopefully by the end of April. So for all of you, I will go through these real quick. This includes the Metal Build Ava 2 production model. I've actually seen a review of the original version of that figure, and it is actually pretty cool. I'm not even that big of a fan of Evangelion, but it just looks good. Android 17 exclusive color edition from, obviously, cons and stuff like that. Looks pretty good, if I do say so myself, in terms of the color. The Android 18 exclusive color version. I don't think I've actually ever seen a lot of these figures before. Cool that you could also just get these in this way, because a lot of the time these event exclusives don't get re-releases, but I guess to be fair, Bandai has been doing a better job about re-releasing them recently. SH Figuarts Iron Man. Oh, well, I think I know what scene that might come from. Very, very cool. Wow, that's awesome that it includes the rock piece. You can recreate that iconic scene. Scarlet Witch, Kid Gohan, Ultra Instinct Goku, and the Robot Spirits. Let's take a look at the rest of these guys. This is the Scarlet Witch figure. Obviously, this is, you know, Wanda. Interesting that they don't, like, call her Wanda, but this is the end game version. The Kid Son Gohan. The Ultra Instinct Goku, which I know this guy was kind of like a, oh no, when that ship went down, because a lot of people really wanted that. And this Robot Spirits figure. I'm not a big Gundam guy, so this might not even be a Gundam, I'm not sure, but it looks like a Gundam. Anyway, all of those figures are now on their way to the States, which is great news. I'm glad that the figures obviously didn't go overboard. It is unfortunate that whatever other cargo was on board did go overboard, because obviously, I mean, a ship, like, losing cargo is never a good thing in the ocean. But I'm glad that the nerdy stuff made it, I guess. Alright, so we are going to move on to Mr. Baggy Sane's Twitter. Again, thank you so much to deepzfigures.com for always holding it down on the great summaries of information on Dragon Ball figure news. Definitely go check them out. Link in the description as always. Let's go ahead, truck on over to Mr. Baggy Sane's Twitter. Must see what we got here. So, I believe this is where we left off last time, but we actually getting 1 month. Didn't expect that. Gogeta on current schedule will release in October. Alright, so yes, we did see that last time. Confirmed Japanese release for FES 13 is in less than 2 weeks after FES 12. Makes no sense at all. Yeah, still doesn't make sense at all, bro. No idea why they decided to do it this way. Whenever they've done FES recolors like this, they've never done them this close to each other. I don't know, man. It doesn't make any sense. We'll have to see if this continues as a trend with the FES line. I hope not. And it also just seems like bad for marketing, but maybe it's just good for marketing because everybody was baited into buying the anime color one and then the manga color one came out. I don't know. Very weird. But we will get to see some final versions of those two figures, so look forward to that coming up in a few. Dokkan Vegeta finally releasing for Asia. By the way, whenever Maggie says Asia, I think I mentioned this in the last video, but whenever he says Asia, that means every other Asian country besides Japan. Just wanted to make that clear. Alright, so the deadline for August pre-orders for distributors is April 8th, which means April 9th could be the earliest we get September prize figures revealed. July deadline was March 18th, and August got revealed March 19th. I have no expectations for the new line at all. So we did see this information last time because I remember getting hyped about the GxMateria Yamcha. Another new line, though. Obviously, that's the Burning Fighters Volume 1 there. I don't get it, bro. I don't understand why they're starting all these new lines. They have so many lines that people already enjoy. And some of the new lines are already looking really weird. I don't know. Bandai is definitely up to some shenanigans right now. So this is a little bit of an update on this from before. Remember, this guy is the manga color version, or the 2 dimensions version of the Grandista MUI Goku. Still a ripoff for 70 bucks for sure. Price increase for Asia too, not just the West. Grandista UI has 4 versions already. Japanese version, all black version, overseas version, and Nero Omen version. Save your money. This is unacceptable. $70 for a figure that already exists in 4 forms. Ridiculous. Yeah. Definitely do not buy that 2 dimensions version. You don't want to support Bandai doing stuff like that at all. I actually have the overseas version, and funny enough, I think it looks a little bit better than the Japanese version. I remember when I was comparing the two way back when this figure came out, I was like, huh, I actually like the overseas version better. Let's go. Because it had a little bit of shading on it, whereas the Japanese version doesn't. It's kind of hard to see in this like photo. This one just kind of looks like the same figure, except he just looks more like pink or like farmer tan. I don't know. But don't buy it. I agree with Baggy here, bro. Definitely don't buy it. Naruto's getting the Levi. Oh, huh. Interesting. That's unfortunate to see. I do like that Rasengan there, though. That's pretty cool. Alright, so should get the Japanese information for August figures soon. Let's hope there's some info on subsequent volumes for some of these lines. By the way, I did want to just throw this in the video to get your guys' opinion, because I don't know if you remember when we were talking about these Videls originally, and obviously in that video, and this is still true, I'm very excited for this Videl figure, and I think a lot of people are, because again, finally it's a Videl figure that doesn't have ridiculous proportions. But we were looking at the face last time, right? And it looked a little bit off, and I gotta say, this guy did a quick fix. This is obviously me. Well, I mean, duh, you're watching this channel called Dokkan Assets, but I'm on the Epic Mewtwo Twitter account. So anyway, normally, like, I don't know, I don't really like cover this type of stuff on here, but it is kind of interesting to see that, like, this is a simple change, and it looks better than this one. And like I said in there, I can't even really pinpoint, like, what my man changed on here. But I do hope that the sculpt ends up looking... I think it's... He made the eyes a little bit smaller, like maybe less white on the eyes. very interesting. We'll have to see how the final figure ends up looking, but I hope that it looks a little bit less like this. But let me know what you think about this in the comment section below, because I wanted to get your guys' opinion, and I don't know how else I would get your opinion besides mentioning it in the figure news video. So let me know in the comment section below. Regardless, if anybody wants to collect wafer stickers, I recommend getting the guidebook, since it contains all of the wafer 1.0 and 2.0 stickers, and start collecting stickers from the 3.0 reboot in May. I believe Ami Global still has both in stock or pre-order for the May sticker. Yeah, I might have to get me some of the new ones, because I really like that Gogeta. But I am going to do a video on this sometime. I've just been slacking a little bit, I'm not going to lie to you. Alright, so this, let's see here. Very interesting. New Italian Lammy cards. Seems a bad promo artist there has more worried. Wait, seeing bad promo artists there has you more worried. Hopefully they haven't done a lot. Okay, so this is some new kind of card. It looks like in Italy. Let's take a look at some of this art. It's kind of hard to see. Yes, that is definitely the bad promo artist's work, though. I would recommend that. Never. I would recognize that, rather, from like 5 miles away. That's unfortunate to see. I really need to stop giving that man some work. Alright, so as you can see here, Japanese release weeks for August prize figures. Mid-August, Mid-August Zenkai Solid and BOS. Late August Fidel and Trunks. Why did I read Zenkai as July? My brain is fried right now, bro. I'm sorry. As you can see here, this is the weeks that they are scheduled to come out. Very good stuff here. I cannot wait for them to come out. Oh my gosh, bro. Unfortunately, no information on subsequent volumes. Let's keep on keeping on. Okay, so this is the movie. Alright, so curiously, the Solid Edgeworks is now the second time a Trunks has followed a Goku in a line after GT Ultimate Soldiers. Interesting. Yeah, that is definitely kind of a weird coincidence. I don't know if there's any, like, you know, purpose behind that, but definitely a little bit odd, if I do say so myself. Oh, no! No, bro. Ugh, very unfortunate to see. L. Big L, ladies and gentlemen. Should get April order store number soon. Expecting victory for 18, followed by Black, FES, Maxamatic, and GT Trunks. And I think that is true. Alright, so we have some more higher quality production images here of Trunks. Unfortunately, I actually think that I am not going to get this figure. I was very excited for it in the beginning, because obviously a long hair Trunks, not to mention a Super Saiyan version, is really cool. But that face just looks bootleggy, and I do still sometimes buy figures that have a little bit of a goofy face, because a face isn't everything on a figure. But for me personally, and I think a lot of other people, a figure's face is a really big deal, because obviously that's the first thing that you look at when you look at a figure. Because whenever you look at a person, you look at their face first. So if you're looking at a figure of a human-ish character, right, you look at their face first. So I don't know. Maybe if the final production images look a little bit better, then I'll do it. But also weird. Why is he gripping the glove with, like, pinching it? Shouldn't he just be, like, grabbing the whole edge and pulling it down? A little bit weird. Very unfortunate to see, though, this figure's fate. Kind of interesting thing to note here, as Baggy says, Takamatsu did the Goku. Definitely a different sculptor here. Referring to, of course, the first figure in the Solid Edgeworks line, which was this Goku right here. We took a look at this guy a little while... Not that Goku, this Goku. A little while ago. And I think most of you can agree that this figure looks really good. The only real criticism that me and Baggy actually share for this figure is just, it's another Goku. Which we don't really need another base form or Super Saiyan Goku. Despite that, though, it's definitely not a bad choice for a figure. I think it looks really good. And I do like the fact that, you know, this is serious base form Goku, and this is, like, kind of serious but still smirking Super Saiyan Goku. Regardless, these figures look really good. Shading, detail, sculpt, paint, all that good stuff. And then, you see what I mean? Very unfortunate. And, like, why would they not keep the same sculptor for the same line? I don't understand. Very weird, if I do say so myself. FES out now for Asia. Low orders in Japan, hence why it's probably ready. Also, very weird that he's like tilted on the side like that. I wonder if that's just the way that the person who set up the figure put it like that, or if he actually leans like that. Because I hope not, because that would be a real shame. It doesn't ruin the figure, but to be fair, there are ways to kind of fix that. But nonetheless, keep on keeping on. Bad news. Just oh no. Interesting. Apparently this guy did well in Japan. Very interesting. Did not expect that, to be honest. Check my records. The Ultimate Soldiers Gogeta back in January 2019. Sega ordered it to 181 stales. Yeah, 181 stores. Next month's FES Gogeta, little over 40. Less than what over commercializing the same character does. Yeah. This guy is actually Ultimate Soldiers was a really good like mini line, I guess. I don't know how I would describe it. Not I guess it was good. I mean, I guess it was a mini line. I don't know how to describe like a line that's only 4 figures. Maybe a set would be a better way to describe it. Anyway, April Sega Game Station store numbers GxMateria 159. Let's go, baby. That is very, very exciting to see. Obviously, we want some more representation for our Dragon Ball females out here without these ridiculous proportions. And that makes me very happy. I will be buying this Android 18 figure. Let's see. Sega. Okay, so we have Maxamatic Goku number 5. 116. That's interesting. That's the UI Goku. FES Black 62. FES Black, I'm sorry. GxMateria Black. FES 13. 46. I don't know if that's each of them or like both combined. And Trunks 42. Unfortunate for my boy. 18 is the most as expected. More or less everything else was expected except Maxamatic did better than I thought. Predicted at least. Putting these into perspective, here were the numbers exactly 2 years ago for the April 2019 figures. 155. So let's compare this. 155. 171, 187, 183, 155, and 187. That is insane. Wow. And these are just acrylic, little acrylic like keychains too. That's wild. But I'm very glad to hear that 18 did well. We have a high quality production image of the Zenkai Goku. Hello, sir. This figure looks great. Again, it's just kind of a shame that it's just another Goku figure, but it looks really, really good, if I do say so myself. I also love, I actually didn't even notice this on the first viewing, like the little bit of extra shirt that's sticking out that just kind of made its way out of the Obi belt. That's really cool. I like that little detail there. Sega Game Station numbers are usually indicative of how the order numbers will be for other game stations. I knew 18 was going to win. I've been predicting that for months. Just Maxamac doing well annoys me. Yeah, I got to agree with Baggy on that one, to be honest. All right. It could actually get worse. Bad promo artists could redraw the Kaizenban covers for the upcoming Meikuji. Too hard to tell from this image. Excuse me. We'll find out next month. Hopefully that's not the case. Let's hope. My boy Fenyo better come through. Let's see. U.S. Master Stars piece Gohan, 24 to 26 bucks. Europe, 50 euros. That's basically $60. That's insane. Yeah, that's crazy. Correction. Wait, was there a response tweet to this? No. Okay. I thought I read that tweet before, but I guess not. Huh. I may be confusing myself. Correction. Oh. G 18 is actually 184. Wow. That's awesome. That's really great to hear. All right, so we have some more final images of these guys. Very interesting how these guys ended up on the stand. It definitely looks like the Goku is tilting. Well, they're both Goku. Super Saiyan Goku is tilting a little bit more to one side. And very interestingly enough, the kid Goku looks like he's kind of like leaning back a little bit more. I don't remember if on the original color version of this figure where he has the blue outfit, if he's like, his head is leaning more forward. Because it almost looks like he's like swinging his head back. It doesn't look bad by any means, but it's just very not what I expected, I guess. This lean, though, is definitely not what I expected either. Hopefully that's not the case with the manga one, but I mean, if it's the same, then maybe. Nonetheless, though, here are these boys close up. Again, they both look great. The FES line tends to look good. The only time that I've really seen the FES line was flop was that one Super Saiyan Vegito. So it's good to see that even though this comes after it, it still looks really, really good. So very excited to see that. All right. So what do we have here? Japanese release dates finally confirmed. And another angle for Goku Black. Ooh! My boy's looking devilish. That's sick. Alright, so obviously this is April 6th for FES. This looks like April 13th for Goku Black. The 20th for 18. Ultimate Soldiers Trunks, 22nd. And the Maximalic Goku, the 27th. Interesting. Oh, and the homie Varroke is obviously discussing that he sculpted this Goku Black. I was in charge of production for the Dragon Ball Super GxMateria Goku Black, scheduled to appear on April 13th, Tuesday. It reproduces the scene of Goku wielding a key sickle, and when you hold the sickle, it has a lot of volume. Thank you. Yeah, my man. I think he liked the tweet too. Yeah, let's go, baby. Always great to see Varroke getting some work on Dragon Ball figures. Literally anything that this man sculpts, I will buy. Like anything, bro. He could literally, I don't know, he could sculpt like, what is Dragon Ball character that I absolutely hate? I can't even think of one off the top of my head, but I would buy it if it was sculpted by Varroke, because his work never misses, bro. That's a fact. Yo, 18 beat Nami by 12. Wow, that's crazy. Never thought I'd see DB would outperform One Piece again. Female characters in Vegeta really holding DB merch, it seems. Let's go. Let's go, boys. Alright, so this is actually pretty cool news. So for the upcoming UDM The Burst 47 set, Super Saiyan God Goku, which obviously Baggy is excited about, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegito, Goku Black, Frieza, and Android 8. That's probably the one I'm the most excited about. If you guys remember, we actually had a little teaser of that in the last V-Jump. Alright, so last Friday of March, let's see if we get Western Ichiban show listings for July. Kuji, nothing. Bruh. So far, there's nothing to worry about. The listings don't drop by the time this next month. Then it's worry time. All right. We keep on keeping here, ladies and gentlemen. End of the month, July Gashapons info soon. Expecting next UDM set with Ader. Let's hope the rest of the line isn't garbage. Yeah, so obviously this was, you know, before this. Tweets are just whack because it shows them in the order of, like, the reply. Searching for FES 12 picks to see if there's any QC issues, etc. Was wondering why there wasn't many picks of them and remembered there wasn't many orders to them. We finally get this post after 3 decades due to Super Saiyan over commercialization, and it hasn't done well. Yeah, very unfortunate, unfortunately. He doesn't mean done well in terms of the figure, by the way. He means, like, you know, it didn't do well in terms of selling, right? Alright, so less than 2 weeks between FES 12 and 13. It means it's a shortest release for an FES. Really don't understand this at all, but here we are, especially when the gap between Vegitos is literally months. Yeah, no idea. Between March and August, we now have 1 female character prize figure release a month. Awesome. None of them overly nor with ridiculous proportions, and so far doing incredible sales-wise. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. You love to see it. You love to see it. We keep on keeping on here. DB came 6th in a survey, I believe, for what anime people want to collab with. Conveyor belt sushi restaurants. Komatsu obviously first place by some mile. Interesting. Like, I like how One Piece is still in English. Like, I understand why, but that's just really funny to me. You have all these Japanese, like, you know, taxing them One Piece. Alright. So, here is a little bit. Unfortunately, I can't really make this bigger, I don't think. Oh, actually, wait a minute. Can I do this? Hold on. Can we big brain it? No. Unfortunate. Regardless, here is a little spinny boy. How do I make you spin? There we go. Hello? Is it just really slow? Alright, well, I guess it's just really slow. Here we go. Here's a little bit of a wraparound of the FES 12 Super Saiyan Goku. This guy does look really, really good, if I do say so myself. Again, I think the figure looks fantastic. It's just kind of a shame that, you know, he didn't sell too well. At least in terms of, like, not production. What's the word I'm looking for? Like, places that sell him bought him, right? And weird that he's still leaning a little bit. And obviously, this is the anime color version. We want to see the manga color version. Alright, so BSS Goku. Okay, so yes, this is the Bam Presto Special Selection revival of Saiyans. Wow. Resolution of Soldiers re-release out of the box. Cool. Definitely glad to see this figure getting re-released. Obviously, this is a fantastic Goku figure. And for you Dokkan Battle fans who are watching this video, obviously, this guy is based off of the original LR Goku. I have this figure, but the full black version, which I like to call the chrome version, even though that doesn't make any sense, but it makes me feel cooler. I don't know. Regardless, I might actually pick this scrap just because I do want the colored version of him. BSS, FES, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan, Kaioken Goku made it to Vietnam. Interesting. Oh, made in Vietnam. I see. I thought he said made it, or made to Vietnam. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's sold in anyway. We're gonna move on. June DB item collection volume 2, multiple angles and ratios confirmed. Interesting. We've seen a little bit about these before. Very, very good stuff, though. I actually cannot wait for this line to continue because I think this is a pretty unique thing in terms of Dragon Ball stuff. Obviously, some of this has been reproduced before in other pieces of, well, I guess just like collectibles, but some of these I don't think I've ever seen done before, like a Snake Way or a Capsule Corp. Very, very cool. Uh-oh, we refreshed. No! Also, remember when I said that this was going to be short? Yeah, maybe I lied a little bit. I just re-looked. Oh, no. August MSP Gohan re-release is not BSS, which means for the first time in 13 months, there is no BSS re-release. Let's see if there is any BSS in September, or if this is the end. By the way, if you're curious, I know Baggy made a tweet about it last time, but BSS is Bam Presto Special Selection, meaning, you know, it's a re-release, basically. Okay, moving on up here. Let's see. Yes, the August 2D Grand ACUI not doing that well in the West. 65 to 70 bucks, absolute ripoff for a figure that released 4 times already. Glad fans aren't falling for it. You can basically get 3 of the new prize figures for that price, which is true. Yeah, that is 100% true. Fenyo hasn't posted in a while, and with the bad promo artist doing a lot of the work recently, safe to assume Fenyo is probably super busy. We at least have the May, I almost said the May wafer stickers to look forward to. Should get the full lineup revealed in VJump next month. That will be very, very exciting. Oh, and he's moving overseas. Interesting. Thank you, Cody, for a little bit of information. UDM 47 should get revealed tomorrow. Super Saiyan God Goku finally gets his third new UDM in over 8 years. Yeah, please be Godbind. Please be Godbind. Please be Godbind. All right, Yellow Vegeta. Yes. Okay, so this is also another good thing. Yellow Vegeta, I love how he calls him Yellow, is the only thing from January not sold out on Blow It Out of Here if anybody was interested. And their prices tend to be pretty good. Obviously, this is from the like Kamehameha set where it's just all the different versions of him. Oh, and it looks like it's sold out. Unfortunate, bro. All right, UDM price increase in Japan from 200 yen to 300 yen. Interesting. I wonder why. I guess it's not that big of a deal, but they're lowering the quality and upping the price. Yeah, unfortunate to see. Alright, so, Solid Edgeworks Trunks. Let's see. So there's going to be 14 of the base one and 22 of the Super Saiyan one per case that, you know, places can buy to then resell. Very, very interesting. I wonder why that's so low. I mean, I guess people like Super Saiyan more? I don't know. Very, very weird. Nakazawa confirmed for the Solid Zenkai line. Yes, this is why this tweet is here again, though. The DBS branding wasn't a mistake, and I guess maybe since Nakazawa is doing it, they feel the need to brand the whole line as DBS. Yeah, we'll have to see what becomes of that. Very interesting. Can I go back, please? Here we go. So, more FES 12 Super Saiyan Goku picks and reveal. Only negative is no... yeah, for folks that are concerned about that. Reminder, the original color version comes out in 1 week in Japan. Yes, so this is the figure. Again, honestly, like, no complaints from me looking at it. Obviously, it's a little bit different having the figure, you know, in person. But overall, I think it looks really, really good. That is interesting that he doesn't have a... Where do I highlight? Here. Very, very weird. But, I mean, I guess that makes sense because I think... he's not supposed to? I'm not sure on that one. That would be a not a question for me. But nonetheless, again, still looks really, really good if I do say so myself. But like Baggy just said, we are literally getting the manga color version, which, you know, is technically the, like, original, well, the colored manga version. Obviously, that's just black and white. Good figure, though. I'm glad that FES is back to pumping out bangers, because this guy looks really, really good and really close to the original. Look at that comparison, ladies and gentlemen. That is a fantastic sculpted figure. Very, very good stuff. I'm excited for that for sure. And obviously, he's analyzing different figures and the different posing and stuff like that. Let's keep on trucking along here. We still got a little bit more. So, here is the upcoming UDM set. And this is actually some pretty decent looking stuff in terms of the big appeals. Obviously, Baggy is very, very excited about the battle damaged Super Saiyan God Goku. Of course, with the blue shirt, right? Tournament of Power version. Looking very, very cool. My man looks a little bit angry. He looks alright. I will say the faces on all the human characters and Frieza do look a little bit goofy, but that is kind of just UDM. But Ader? Oh my gosh. Ader looks fantastic. I'm really excited about that. Obviously, there isn't like a prize figure of Ader, or really like, at least in recent memory, any real merch of Ader. I'm definitely going to cop that. I might even do a video just on that one little UDM. I don't know. Really cool, though, that we are getting merch on my man. And also very exciting for Baggy as well. I don't know why this is translated from English, but thank you, Google. All right, so oh my gee, they actually oh, so this is actually from, okay. They actually matched the eye design close to Shintani's design, compared it with an older Super Saiyan God Goku. I see. So wait, but isn't this from the Tournament of Power? Does he have the, does he get the shirt ripped like this in, Broly? No, he does. Yeah, because when he goes Super Saiyan Blue, he was Super Saiyan God before. Yes, that's correct. Very interesting. That's cool. I like that, though. Definitely, you love to see more Broly stuff and more Shintani. As expected, Vegito and Goku Black are super boring. Yeah, unfortunately. What even is the point? They could have literally have any other of the 100 characters they have uncommercialized. Yeah, because, like, there's plenty of good UDMs of Vegito. And, like, what is this pose, bro? What is this pose? This is just this, but, like, not fun. I don't know. Goku Black also just kind of, like, mid. Very, very mid. Oh yeah, this was funny. Baggy said that he was done collecting, and then my man gets the God Goku. That is actually pretty funny. Should get the UDM 47 DP art tomorrow. It's definitely Super Saiyan God Goku. Now the question remains, has Fenyo returned? I will go crazy if he has. Doesn't fingers don't seem like the bad promo artist. Unfortunately, Cody is also wrong on that one. We'll see that right here. Yikes. Very, very unfortunate to see the bad promo artist added again. This man literally, like, deserves a medal for being bad. Like, I don't know. I understand that no one can be Fenyo, or, well, that's true. Not, you know, not everybody can be Toriyama. Not everybody can be Fenyo, but, man, don't hire this guy. Please. Excited for Ader, though. Still excited for Ader, 100%. First BR SB Goku design has been done bad too. Yeah, very unfortunate. Quinto Un Goku re-release out now for Asia. Flying Nimbus. This is the first big dub change that isn't spelling. Huh. Very interesting. Original Japanese packaging. Oh. Okay, so I guess it said Quinto Un in Japanese on the original, but on the re-release in Japan it actually says Flying Nimbus. Do people in Japan call Quinto Un Flying Nimbus? Is that a thing? I don't know. I would like to know, actually. Let me know in the comments if you have any information on that. High quality look at the Super Saiyan God Goku UDM DP art thanks to the boy Jay. I mean, it isn't terrible, but I still cannot get used to the face and style at all. Yeah. And again, one eye has a bigger shape than the other. Interesting. Alright, so versus high grade and now UDM increased in price, but unfortunately the quality remains the same. Lack of printed boots on UDM, for example. Yeah. Very unfortunate to see all these figure lines getting a little bit more expensive and the quality is just like meh. Reminder, UDM the burst started off with 200 yen, effect pieces, and a big figure size. Yeah, look at these, bro. Look at these crazy designs for the original, right? With these effect pieces and whatnot. And then you're telling me we get Garboni Like this, bro? Like this? I don't know, man. Very unfortunate to see. Oh, well. Alright, back in 2015, we had a 2D Goku one that King of Color BFC would have been released as a standard release instead, bottom right one. However, instead, it was released as an overseas limited. It was a massive success, hence why 2D became a regular and expensive thing. Huh. Actually did not know that. You always love learning a little bit of something new about Dragon Ball figures. Had it won the BFC and released as a standard, it may have been the only 2D release it ever had. And believed it came in the second for voting. Very interesting. I do like all the colors on these, though. Very, very cool, actually. I would like to get that. There are a lot of older figures that I would like to see if I could get someday. Old Chozetsu, the figure collection RF backgrounds with and without the figures. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I remember when these guys were coming out for Resurrection of F. At the time, this was like the highest quality of figures. This Gohan, I will say, still isn't too bad, and neither is this Piccolo, but Frieza, Goku, and Vegeta are kind of like meh. Vegeta's not also bad, but like I think that Gohan and Piccolo are the best, ironically enough. Alrighty, so May Kuji Finals. These images came from a promo video, I believe, on the official Bandai website. I don't exactly know what these are. These are obviously like things to hold an ID. These are towels, like they've been doing these a bunch recently, and these are water bottles. But I don't actually know what those are. Here are all the figures, though. You can tell that these are actual just like pictures that are taken here and then pasted onto here. It looks a little bit cheesy, I'm not gonna lie. It kind of looks like a Facebook group threw it together. But the figures do look really good. Broly looks good. The two boys look good. Obviously, my boy, the figure I'm excited for the most, of course, because this is my favorite outfit for Goku, looks really, really good. I don't think any of the figures look bad. Funny enough, I actually did not realize that Broly's head was like cocked to the side a little bit weird if you ask me. But this is the size of the figures here, which I will say is quite interesting to note, because most of this, I guess, is to be expected. But I will say I did expect Purunga to be a lot bigger. If you're familiar with the King Cluster line, both of those Broly, well, line, I guess it's more of like a jurisdiction because it's in a bunch of different lines. That is, I don't really know the exact size for it. Funny enough, my King Cluster Broly is right behind me, and I have reviewed that on the channel before. If you want to go check out that review, it'll give you a good idea of the size of that figure. It's really big, but I honestly thought that Purunga is going to be bigger. Like, I thought he was going to be the size of the Golden Ozaru. So, very interesting that he seems to be around the size of Broly. Alrighty. April Taitao order store numbers: GNG 18, 96, Maximatic 58. And FES 1339, GxMateria 33, Trunks 16, oof, 18 completely owning Trunks is so low. It's funny, who thought GT commercialization bound Super Saiyan 4 is a good idea? Yeah, I don't think anybody likes this design for Trunks, so I don't know why. Yeah, Purunga doesn't seem big, yeah. Alrighty, oh, it looks like a redraw of the Kaiser. Oh. Uh-oh. Bad promo artist has done other prizes, so most likely, hence the uh-oh. Yeah, that will be really, really bad if it actually ends up being him for sure. As Culture's 5 tag team of Takamatsu and Varroke are back. Takamatsu isn't confirmed, but the Nappa is undoubtedly his work. Yeah, so both of these boys obviously have been in the figure sculpting game for a long, long time. And they sculpted a Raditz and a Nappa, interestingly enough. And they sculpted both of these figures here. Very, very interesting. Yeah, this was also, by the way, S Cultures is what became Bam Presto World Figure Coliseum, because that used to be like the tournaments. Like this was the, see, Bam Presto Figure Coliseum. It's, well, let me zoom in on that for you, because you're not, well, I'm blind, bro, and maybe you are too. Bam Presto Figure Coliseum, there you go. These guys are really, really good, by the way. Raditz looks very tan, though, or more like orange, actually. Both good-looking figures, though, if I do say so myself. Again, more older figures that I would like to pick up someday. Okie dokie. April Pies figures Tokyo store numbers. Basically what you would expect. 18 taking the dub. Trunks also coming in last place yet again. What do you expect? April Max of Trash. That's funny. Goku updated production images. Here is the man. It's weird, if I do say so myself. It's a very weird figure. I agree with Baggy that obviously it's not good that they're reusing different parts from figures. And it also, like, just doesn't really make sense for a pose. I don't know. I just don't think I've ever seen Goku fire up a ki blast in a pose like this. Like, that's the thing with Dragon Ball figures, right? When they make a pose that's, like, not a pose that, you know, maybe comes from the anime, when you look at it, you should still think, oh yeah, Goku would definitely hit that pose. But if you see a figure and it looks abnormal, then I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that, I'm going to be honest. Since we now get full multiple angles for prize figures out the gate, this is the last one of our last ever updated updated production images. Now that no more physical catalog scans, it feels like the end of an era. Dang. So you won't be getting originals versus updateds anymore. And there you go, by the way. There's a nice comparison between the two. There is really no noticeable difference besides obviously the color and of course, well, I mean the base not being there. But regardless, that is good because a lot of the time what happens with these prize figures is that the production images do not reflect the updated production images and then the final doesn't reflect either of them. So, for one, if the figure is staying consistent in this, that's a good thing. And obviously the sculpt is really what matters because even though obviously the paint matters too, that is something that you could repaint yourself. But overall, of course, you don't want the face to look like garbage, right? Okay, so we did take a look at that. Yes, so here are the high quality pictures. Yeah, Baggy agrees, bro. Goku did indeed fight Kefla in the in the MUI hair. That is very odd, if I do say so myself. April HQ card gummy. So these are just Dragon Ball Heroes cards you can get out of these couple of packs. Oh, they did the Goku. That's cool. Funny enough, actually, they also just did that in Dokkan as well. That Kefla is very goofy. Obviously, that pairs with the Kale. I kind of like that Ultra Instinct Goku. Also, Jiren's head looks way too small for his body there. Alright, so we actually have the Dragon Ball Adverge IRL this time around. Vegeta looks okay, I guess. Very, very interesting. The final ones honestly look like alright. Funny enough, I think that Kefla might actually look the best. I don't know. Kind of hard to tell because obviously they're such small figures. Goku's face sculpt already looked a little bit goofy, but I mean, keep in mind these are Dragon Ball Adverge, so they are kind of meant to look a little bit deformed, right? But I honestly think that Kefla looks the face here. Like, it looks like there's some paint issues on these two guys, which is kind of becoming a trend with Bandai that didn't used to be the case. These guys even look like they have a little bit of cheap paint applied to them when they didn't before. And these guys' colors just look kind of bland. Maybe it's just the camera, but I don't know. They just look kind of like meh, to be honest. They almost look a little bit bootleggy. But Kefla, I do think looks good. I will probably still try and get Kefla just because we literally have no merch of her. So, hopefully. Oh, that's cool. And very interesting. Without fail, My Hero Academia Kuji always gets revealed first of the month. August Heroes versus Villains. When we get Western listings for this, if my theory holds, we'll get the Saiyan Arc and DB in one. That is a really interesting Endeavor figure. Very cool stuff there. Alright, so April BSS ROS Goku re-release approved. There was a note on pre-ordering say it might get cancelled as it was still pending approval, which is great. If you are unfamiliar, the Resolution of Soldiers line was the original line that kind of had all of the Z fighters in it. Again, the Goku that we talked about that based off of Tech LR Goku. Sorry, I started talking too fast there. Is also from that line. So I'm glad to see that this guy is also getting a re-release too. I want to collect that line, but I kind of want the originals. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll just get the reruns. Alrighty, so 2 weeks we will know if the Kuji will release in the West. If it doesn't, then I suggest folks start saving up because the SC Vegeta MV in Japan was about 12,000 yen granted. That was 1 per slot, while the Saiyan Arc will be 2, but still anticipating smaller MV. Shipping will also will be costly on that, but even if the MV isn't that bad, Goku, Gohan, and Cybermen might be okay MV-wise. Thankfully, you do have the BOS Goku to fall back on if the Kuji doesn't release in the West, and Japan's MV is too high. Yeah, in terms of Kaioken Goku figures, what Baggy means. Okay. Yeah, here's what I'm talking about, bro. what we were talking about all the way back in the beginning of the video with the acrylic stands, right? This is Dragon Ball Super. Dragon Ball Super. What? Huh? What? Very, very weird. I mean, this is a pretty cool, like, promotional poster, but still weird. I'm actually going to retweet that because that's pretty funny. I don't get it, bro. Why? Why commercialize it this way? High quality premium Adverge Ozara Vegeta set. 60 bucks is what, or no, this is, oh, 6k yen, which would be 60 bucks. On Big Bad Toy Store, it's way more expensive than, okay, well, that's a little bit more reasonable if that's the case. So here are the final images, or the, rather the production images of these guys. Oh, he has a little teardrop, though. That's pretty cute. Ozara Vegeta is 15 centimeters. I mean, it would be cool for sure, but not worth 6k yen, especially with the Kuji coming up. Yeah. Definitely not worth it if I do say so myself. I do like it, though. It would be an interesting display, I will say, to have this with the Ichiban Kuji Ozaru Vegeta, with as well the Saiyan Saga Vegeta, and then also the SH Figure Arts one too. Very interesting. And there's also the Ben Presto World Figure Coliseum one of the Vegeta in the Saiyan armor too. Okay, moving on up. More May wafer stickers revealed. Ooh, ooh! I might have to pick up a box of that. Oh my gosh! Those look sick. So what do we have? We have Kid Goku here, Super Saiyan Goku on Namek, MUI Goku, and Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Those look awesome. These look really good too. That looks like a Kienzan Krillin, I almost said Tri-Beam. Well, I guess that is technically... Wait, isn't the Kikoho... I just realized, is the Kikoho and the Tri-Beam the same thing? No, it's definitely not. I'm losing my mind. I'm sorry. It's 3 a.m., bro. Is that Super Saiyan 1 Gohan in the cape? That's amazing. And that's Big Bang Attack Vegeta. Obviously, this is the cover of that book. Okay. Your boy might have to cop. I'm not going to lie. That looks awesome. Some mentioned the Ozara Vegeta nose, and now I can't stop from seeing how it looks like a pig. Yeah, it does kind of looking like a pig. That's funny. Full February 2D Super Master Stories Peace Goku re-release packaging shot via Devil Toyaki. Very, very cool that this guy still has this packaging. If you are unfamiliar, the Super Master Stars piece figures, especially the Manga Dimensions one, always used to have this packaging, so it's cool that they went back to it for the re-release. May wait for stickers. Pre-order closed on Ami. Like last time, bookmark the page and checked it regularly in case they open it up again. Back up for pre-order. Your boy's going to have to put that in his cart real quick. Hold up. I was hoping I would get to pre-order this. I didn't even realize that it went out of stock. Let's pray that it's... No! All right, well... I'm pinning the page for later, bro. Alright. It's genuinely stunning how a Gashapon release over 10 years ago, an entire decade, is better than anything we've had in the DBS era. These are 300 yen as well. Premium high grade that cost thousands of yen aren't even this quality. Yeah. For these little minifigures right here. Which, by the way, I still see people post about these sometimes too. Very, very good figures. Yeah. Look at that. For a minifigure for 300 yen with that amount of quality... That's crazy, bro. That's pretty insane. Let's see. Base Goku FES pre-order is selling better than the Super Saiyan Goku in the West. Vegeta Blue is doing better than Gogeta Blue. Interesting. Not really surprising. Super Saiyan Goku and Gogeta Blue have been commercialized to the absolute ground. Yeah, this is also true. Maxmatic Vegeta is doing very well in the West, close to Bakugo, although I am not sure if the fact that the Maxmatic only releases in half a case wow, overseas orders are a factor in that. Yeah, interesting. We'll have to see when the time comes. August prize figure pre-orders close next week for distributors, so September could very well be revealed. Curious about FES, 4 figures yet to be reused, and will the new one finally be the elusive Super Saiyan 2 Goku? WCF expecting a similar reprint to Burst and Plus Effect. Interesting. We'll definitely have to see. Yeah, so these are all the ones that haven't been reused yet. That would be cool if we did get a Super Saiyan 2 Goku. This was also a pretty fun line, so I would not mind that getting a re-release. Gogeta and MUI look really good. Not the biggest Super Shenron fan, but the Chibi version is pretty cute. Not gonna lie, yeah, that is definitely pretty cute. Knew there had to be a wafer sticker version 2 guy, but make it easy to find. Nice! He looks cute. Although this one is a little bit cuter, I think. He kind of looks like... Oh, he looks like... Oh my gosh. I think it's something from Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know. My mind is breaking right now, unfortunately. We know what one of the blanks will be, but anyone got a guess on the other? Oh, this is for Godzilla. Okay, my bad. The skin not showing up on the BOS Goku damaged legs is a great decision. Otherwise, the figure would look dumb as heck against the metallic. Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. Looks really good if I do say so myself. I like the metallic, bro. I really, really like it. Kimetsu June late listings drop 16 of March, just before the July OP, so I guess we'll find out our fate next week. Fingers crossed. Yeah, let's hope so, bro. Back in 2014, Ben Presto used placeholder images of previous figures to blank Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan with overseas production images being top secret. Despite the posters showing with new outfits, so clearly Goku and Vegeta are going to get a new form. Nobody in the fandom picked up on this. Huh. Very, very interesting. So these were placeholders. That is pretty cool, though. It wasn't into merch too much back then, but it's crazy how it's been completely under the radar to the point where people genuinely thought Goku and Vegeta would be based in the whole movie. Basically, if someone spotted this, it would have been known since November 2014 there's going to be a new form. That is pretty crazy. And here are some final pictures of the GxMateria Goku Black. So, funny enough, I have a lot of, not a lot. There's a lot of good things about the final version of this, and a lot of bad things about the final version of this. So, obviously, with the pictures we looked at just a while ago, the hair was a lot lighter, and the gi was a lot less, really dark pink. Which, I will say, funny enough, I actually kind of prefer the bright pink hair a little bit. I don't know. I guess I would have to see it side by side. But, I mean, I definitely don't mind it. Let me see if we can crack that picture open here. Yeah, so we have the updated production image right here. Actually, we'll just pop that one open in a new tab. And then we'll take a look at the final picture. So, obviously, you can see that the hair is a lot more pink comparatively to both of these versions of the production image. It literally just got pinker over time, which is kind of funny. Obviously, the pink on the gi also kind of just got pinker over time as well. This is like a lot more pink though. And the sickle definitely got a little bit more darker of a purple, which I definitely don't mind. I will say the only thing that I think really is a little bit off-putting for me is I do see a little bit of Garboni on the paint on the hair, which is making me a little bit sus. So I hope that it doesn't end up being really bad. And the other thing that I think Baggy, funny enough, actually makes a tweet about this later, is that the black around the mouth looks a little bit darker than it did on the original images, or a little bit less subtle, I will say. Or, sorry, this looks more, increased, right? Well, yeah, so I guess it's less subtle. Yeah, that would be the way to say it. So that could lead to some QC issues for sure. It doesn't look bad. Typically, when they do heavy black lining around figure mouths, it makes the figure mouths, excuse me, makes it look a little bit more bootleggy, because typically that's what bootleg figures like to do. But this isn't bad. This is definitely nowhere near some of the really bad stuff that I've seen. But I will say, from this angle especially, the hair looks really, really good. From the really bright pink to the whites on the top of the hair, it looks really, really good. I think the only other complaint I have that I see that this is already a little bit bendy, where it looks like the middle piece kind of bends. So we'll have to see how that ends up turning out. But overall, I like the final version. Very interesting that this turned... Oh, it's okay. So it's a little bit more of a brighter pink than actual purple. Yeah, I definitely prefer that color, because I think that fits the character a little bit more. Let me know what you think in the comments, though. Very, very interesting. Yeah, literally, Baggy talks about it here. Goku Black Finals looks like we're going to have to worry about black lipstick when it comes to potential QC issues. Yeah, that is a good way to describe it. Alrighty, more stock of the Chojin Giga Vegeta and the FES Kaioken Goku on Blow It Out of Here. Nice. Alright, and this is also a moment that I know a lot of you have been waiting for. Hello, Goku Black. Hello, AmiAmi.com. The FES 13 final figures. Obviously, these pictures are a little bit stinky because, of course, the lighting is very weird. But these figures definitely don't look bad. I will say, obviously, Goku comes out on top here. It is literally just the same figure that we saw before with a different paint job, so it was destined to look really, really good. And this guy, I don't know. I'm really going to have to take a look at this compared to the actual like promo art that this figure is based off of, which is obviously that one V-Jump cover, right, of Gogeta. His face looks, it almost looks like the eyes are like too looking to the side, because obviously that's what they're trying to emulate. And his like mouth looks a little bit too wavy. It just looks a little bit weird. The rest of the figure looks pretty good though. Very, very interesting. Also, the shoulder pieces look very jagged compared to what we normally see on Gogeta figures. Better look at the Gogeta finals. The sculpt is pretty great. I only have one Gogeta figure. Yeah, so this guy was talking about it. Or this guy. I'm sorry, Baggy. Overall, it looks really good. The sculpt on it overall looks really good, but I still don't know how I feel about the face. It's not bad, but I just don't think that it's like the best that it could be, if that makes sense. It could definitely look a little bit better. I think actually probably Omocha Headshell, I will have a picture of it here. Although I guess, to be fair, he doesn't have the actual figure in hand yet, because these are just like from inside the case. Does it look like a little bit shiny? It almost, from this angle, looks a little bit darker blue. I think it just has like a coat of clear on it. There you go. Yeah, so this is the V-Jump cover that this image, or this figure rather, was based off of. Not the image being based off the figure based off the image. So like, I don't know. Like, let's just say that this is a good angle for it, right? It looks like he, like, even though it's at an angle, it looks a little bit more straight on here. And interestingly enough, he's tilted to the side, like a little bit more right than it is on this actual piece of promo art. Of course, they couldn't make it with these proportions because, of course, it's like increased the closer that he's getting to the, like, well, screen, the cover of the book, right? And they had to make it normal proportions, but like, it looks a lot less dynamic and interesting, I guess. I know that it's hard to convert a piece of art like that to a 3D object, but I don't know. His eyes also look a little bit too small. Maybe that's just me, though. I don't know. Definitely, again, let me know what you think in the comments section below. Here we go, and this will be actually our final tweet of the day. This is what I was talking about all the way back when we looked at the average figures originally. So, Kefla made her debut in November 2017, and in August 2021, basically 4 years, she is getting a massive 5 centimeter figure. I don't think she's gotten a single figure above 7 centimeters in those 4 years. She's a Saiyan, a fusion, has green hair, and fought UI Goku. Don't get it. Yeah, I don't really understand it either. Also this factor, I did tweet that in too. But so weird to me. Obviously, these are all from different lines. We have high grade, we have UG, we have UDM, we have WCF, and now we have Dragon Ball Adverge. Literally all of the minifigure lines. I don't know. Maybe all the stars have aligned now because every single one of the main minifigure lines has gotten a figure of Kefla. Maybe it's finally time for the prize figures to get a Kefla. I don't know. We'll have to see. Maybe we need to make some kind of like Kefla summoning thing with all these figures. I don't know. This one is really overpriced though, so that ain't gonna happen. But yeah, still very weird to me that that is the case. I don't know. You would think that Kefla would like be a really popular figure, you know? Like, I would pay good money for a figure of Kefla doing like the candy cane beam, or even like charging it up with the big discs at her side. I don't know. Just a very weird decision for them not to make any figures of Kefla, but this is literally everything that we have, so I will be probably getting that Dragon Ball Adverge figure because, I don't know. It's kind of charming, I will say. Alright, and that is everything that we have for today's Dragon Ball figure news. Definitely let me know what you think of today's stuff. I know today was mostly updates and not as much new figures. We did take a look at the new Dragon Ball Adverge stuff, and obviously we got some final images of some figures. I am very happy with how the Goku Black turned out. I hope that the black paint on the mouth, like the outline, doesn't turn out to be a problem. And I will be waiting to give my final jurisdiction on the Goku. I mean, half of him is Goku, I guess. The Gogeta figure, because I'm not sure how I feel about it right now. I'm still going to get it, because I believe he should be pre-ordered somewhere, wherever I pre-ordered him. But Goku, bless up. He looks good. Anyway, that is going to do it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed. Again, let me know what you thought of all this stuff that we talked about this week in the comment section below. And I will see you in the next one. Dokkan Assets out. Peace.